Hello, everyone. My name is Mansoor, and in this brief talk, I'm going to discuss the role of strategy in digital transformation. So, I'm honored to present at the Digital Leaders Week that is happening now. So, the question is digital transformation. Every company today is going through it, be it small or big, local or multinational. Pandemic COVID-19, in fact, has just accelerated the pace of digital transformation. Now, more than ever, research says that if you're not leveraging on digitalization opportunities for your business, you might not only lose the market share due to fierce competition in the digital space, but you will also be at the risk of losing smart talent. So the question is that do we really need a digital strategy? Now, when I talk about do we really need a digital strategy, you're convinced that digital transformation is important, and the role of strategy is even more important. I'd like to share in 2015, even before the pandemic, MIT research confirmed that strategy, not technology, drives digital transformation. It is important to understand that adopting technology is not enough. You have to align the whole organization around technology, which is people, culture, processes, and the like. And which all brings me to the point that we need a strategy. So, the question that do we really need a strategy? The answer is yes. Moving to the second point, strategy over technology or vice versa. Let's make it simple. What is a digital strategy? A digital strategy is a plan, right? So it's a plan to make the organization more digital. So it's a plan to move an organization from point A to point B. Now, this could mean that you're moving an organization which is not digital at all to an organization which is very reasonably digital. That could be one of the options. Or it could be that an organization which is less digital and you're moving it towards more digital. But in both cases, we're trying to move from point A to point B. So strategy is a plan, but it's not necessarily an IT plan, right? Which is often a misconception. So continuing with that, digital transformation is not all about technology, but it is around technology. So it won't be wrong if I say that technology is an enabler rather than the actual driver in this case. So, what is more important for executives to design robust strategies around technology? It's important to design strategies that work because that will help build businesses. So, the question that is strategy more important over technology? I mean, research says that yes, it is a resounding yes. Now, continuing with the third point, so there are 4 points that I like to make. The third point is that if you're convinced that digital transformation is important, and if you are also convinced that strategy is critical and important in the digital transformation journey, the third point is that how can we actually devise and execute digital strategies, right? So in this case, there are 4 areas that an organization can normally work on in terms of digital transformation. So I'd like to share them with you one by one in a fast manner. Number one is customer experience. So the organizations that are trying to work on digital transformation, the first thing that they should be working on, and a lot of organizations are already upbeat in terms of that, is customer experience. How can they enhance the design of the experience for the consumers, customers, and even for the stakeholders? So the first advantage and the first thing that to work on in terms of digital strategy would be customer experience. The second thing would be employee experience, which is, are your employees ready in terms of digital literacy and the new skills that we're talking about? This includes both upskilling and reskilling. The most recent research in terms of this was done by McKinsey, which says that it takes around 6 months in today's time for digital literacy, that in 6 months, normally the leaders should learn new skills considering the pace of the technology. So that's in terms of employee experience. How can you make organizations and individuals in organizations experience this? That's number two. Number three, which is very common now, is the digital platforms, right? So, for example, Netflix, Amazon, and the other platforms that we're talking about. I mean, in fact, in the time of pandemic, we have seen an exponential rise in digital platforms. Now, in terms of digital strategy, what's important for companies to work on in this area, in this ambit, is that how can they offer digital platforms which will then enhance the digital perspective, digitalization in the organization. So that's the third part. And the fourth part, how the digital strategy should be shaped around digital transformation, is the whole idea about business model, which talks about automation, but we're talking about advanced automation in today's times. So how the whole idea about business models, the way the organizations work, that can be changed. It can be a game changer for organizations who want to do great in this space of digital transformation. I've done research with my colleagues on this. So this is one of the review papers on that. Through this model, we studied close to 30 Industry 4.0 readiness models, which gives us insight towards the fourth point that was mentioned here, which is in terms of business model, which is in terms of automation. So if you want to read this paper, you can go to the QR code and get some information on this. The fourth point in terms of this is accelerating digital transformation through strategy. Now, the point is that we can never master technology as new technologies keep coming in. There's a Moore's law in this case, which says that technology doubles in power about every 18 to 24 months. So we're talking about 1.5 to 2 years. So in making a 5-year plan, technology is 10 times as good as it was a year before. To put it simple, our 5-year plan is 10 times out of date the minute we start. Which brings me to the point that the world we live in will continue to witness accelerated digital transformation. Deloitte in 2018, through their global survey, confirmed that CEOs have a key role to play than the technology department or the IT department in the whole journey of digital transformation. This further reinforces the point of my talk, which is that strategy is important. In fact, strategy is more important than technology in digital transformation. Thank you for listening.